Streaming worldwide, this is the Gospel America Television Network. It's time for Real Talk with the Jenkins, featuring Lady MJ, Pastor Marcella Jenkins, and Dr. G, Dr. Gary Jenkins. And now, let's join Real Talk with the Jenkins.
Hi everybody, welcome to Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
And I'm Lady MJ. And we are the Jenkins.
Now Lady MJ, there is an organization called ADACC. That's an acronym for the Alcohol Drug Awareness Center for the Concho Valley here in San Angelo. And they are an awesome organization. Their mission is to save lives. And they do it by treating people who have both alcohol or drug addiction. And there are all kind of programs that they have, and they not only treat people in San Angelo, but they treat people all over the state of Texas. I mean, they're coming to San Angelo because they know that ADACC is an awesome organization. And I want to introduce to you some very special people. There's Eric Sanchez. He is the CEO of ADACC, along with Jennifer Flores, who is the new director of program development. And I also understand you're a public information officer too.
Yes.
You wear a lot of
hats.
hats. 2 gigs. Okay. Well, we want to certainly welcome both of you,
Thank you, Gary,
to Real Talk with the Jenkins.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, we're glad to have you, and we appreciate you and all the work that you're doing. My gosh, these guys are awesome, and all of the other men and women that are on the staff, they're absolutely awesome people. And I just have nothing but great words to say.
Thank you.
For you guys and for the great work that you're doing. All right, let's talk about ADACC. Let's talk about what's happening. And now, Eric, you as the Chief Executive Officer of ADACC, the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Awareness Center for the Concho Valley. That's a mouthful.
I have trouble with it too. We say ADACC.
ADACCV.
Because everybody knows
us
ADACC.
as ADACC. Yes,
Talk
sir.
to us about ADACC.
Yes, sir. ADACC has been around for over 60 years, and we have been providing substance use disorder services. Yes, ma'am. That's quite a bit of long time.
60 years?
Over 60 years now.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. And we have been a busy place. We have evolved through the years. We now offer, I think, a full array of substance use disorder services, from prevention, from recovery, treatment, detox, and sober living, which is part of recovery. And we are a very busy place. We have about 80 employees. At any given time, we could have about 100 clients in our care, whether they're in outpatient detox or intensive residential treatment, or in our sober living homes.
Now, I understand that you also accept insurance.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
We do have private pay, self-pay, and state-funded treatment. Many times the addiction symptoms are that you are destitute and indigent, you lose contact, you lose the ability to care for yourself. So we have plenty of beds that are state-funded, but we also have the ability for someone who has insurance or the ability to pay out of pocket to come into treatment. And we have gotten an increase of those types of clients and patients in both our residential and treatment programs.
Amen. Well, I tell you, when I think about the fact that you have the Journey Recovery Center.
That's correct. That's our 72-bed treatment center.
72-bed treatment facility. And not just for men, but it's for men and women.
For men and women. And we're one of a handful of programs in the state of Texas that allow women to bring their children with them to treatment.
Wow.
So they're not only living in recovery, but they're learning how to be moms and how to be healthy moms.
How long do they usually stay in the program?
Our females with children, they may be in our program anywhere from 60 to 90 days. So a 60-day average is common. Yes, ma'am.
So what do you see? Well, let me back up for a moment. Why should people get involved with ADACC? Why should you get the support that you've been getting? I'm glad you're getting it, but
yes, sir.
But why? What do you tell people who say, well, alcohol is their choice, alcoholism is their choice, drug addiction is their choice, and why should I spend my hard-earned money helping agencies like yours?
Because addiction, substance use disorders, turns into an addiction, and it doesn't respect any demographic or any socioeconomic level or status. it affects everyone. It affects the whole community. There are very few families, and if we look close enough, there are even fewer than that, that don't have an issue with substance use disorders in their family or someone they love. It affects everyone. It's a disease that alters lives, that takes lives, that it affects the entire family and those closest to that person suffering that addiction and that disorder. And once that there is an addiction, there has to be the right intervention. There has to be the right treatment, the right intervention. Otherwise, that addiction is going to lead to either institutionalization, like prison or jail or some other type of mandated institution, or death, until they get that right intervention and treatment and get it under control.
So
it reduces the quality of life.
So you say that the addiction is not just for the addict.
No.
It doesn't affect just the addict. It affects families.
Yes.
It affects communities.
Adversely affects.
And so it's a kind of a domino effect.
It's a very big domino effect.
Would you
absolutely.
say that because of ADACC and organizations like yours, by treating these addictions, we're actually having an impact on the reduction of crime?
Crime, child abuse, neglect, family violence, homelessness. Thank you, Jennifer. Homelessness. There's all sorts of issues that are brought about by addiction and substance use disorders.
Jennifer Flores is the new Director of Program Development, and she's also a Public Affairs Officer for ADACC. And Jennifer, talk to us. First of all, congratulations on your new appointment.
Thank you.
And tell us, what exactly are you doing? I understand your predecessor was a hard worker, and she really knew how to get money from different organizations. But talk to us about what your vision is for program development.
So similar and backing up what Eric said is being a nonprofit organization, donations, getting money in to help save these lives and change these lives for individuals and for the community is crucial for ADACC. So part of my new job in this position is going to be really doing fundraising events, doing sponsors, different events such as ones we have upcoming for September. We've got two. We've got a golf tournament that we're focusing on, and we're excited to hit that off on September 8th. And so these events for September, so September is recognized as National Recovery Month. And so we're really just focusing on the golf tournament and our 19th annual Let It Go Recovery Rally and Run. That is also at the end of September.
I understand. So September is a really busy month for you.
So how do you approach your donors?
So that's a good question. We have some recurring ones that are really passionate about our cause. They could be part of our board. They could be other members of the community that focus on substance use disorders and focus on really celebrating recovery and helping those. So we get those, and then we'll also reach out to new ones in the community. And you're never, or it's never really surprising, but it's always rewarding to see the community come together. San Angelo is a great community that really works to celebrate each other and help and lend out a hand.
Tell us a little bit about your background. I know you mentioned it briefly before, but tell us a little bit more about your background. How did you get involved with ADACC, and what skill set you developed to bring you to this point where you're now the big cheese?
So it was actually about 6 years ago in 2017 that I had a friend working at ADACC, and it's those little connections that open your eye to possibilities. And so she reached out and said that they were hiring for a prevention specialist, and I thought, well, what is a prevention specialist, you know? And so going in there, researching about what ADACC does, and really becoming a part of the organization, then you learn the magnitude of what it means. Prevention, starts at home. And so I worked with direct services. I worked with parents, families, students, K through 12, and it was so rewarding And then a few years after, a position opened up, and I applied for our Community Coalition Partnerships Director. So another program under prevention. And I excelled in that, and I enjoyed direct and indirect services, and being able to work alongside coalitions, working with mental health and homelessness and poverty, hunger, all that we can do in the community to make it healthier. And so working now here in this position is really just going to challenge me in a good way and help me grow.
Okay, well, thank you very much. We're going to hear more about ADAC and about the programs they have from our new Director of Program Development in a moment. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ, and we are the Jenkins.
Real Talk with the Jenkins. We'll be right back after these messages. The definition of an expert is a person who has comprehensive knowledge, skill, and experience in a particular field. Michelangelo was an expert in sculpting and painting. But if you're looking for an expert in transmissions, then look no further than Gray's Transmissions. So if you find yourself in need of a new transmission, you need to make sure you have someone with expertise and experience.
We should know good word experts.
I'm Dr. Leon. I'm an independent interventional cardiologist practicing in San Angelo over the last 18 years. This room is our endovascular suite. This is the first outpatient cath lab in Concho Valley. We perform invasive procedures to improve the blood flow to the patient's legs, arteries, and veins. We have all the equipment we need to perform these procedures very safely in these outpatient settings. We can perform a atherectomy, which means remove the build-up plaque from the arteries of the legs, do balloon angioplasty, implant stents if needed, and we have all the technologies that the major medical centers have required to perform these procedures.
Call Cardiology Associates of West Texas at 325-944-1240. And now, back to Real Talk with the Jenkins.
You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
And I'm Lady MJ,
And we are the Jenkins. And someone who's not a Jenkins, but they are very special, is Eric.
Can't all be Jenkins.
Eric Sanchez, our CEO of ADAC, and also Jennifer Flores, who is also Big Cheese up there. She's the Director of Program Development and a Public Information Officer. So let's talk about this for a moment. I know I didn't have myself on the camera, but that's okay. But you know, getting the help that you need. Now we laugh and we're having a lot of fun, but this is a serious matter. Getting the help that you need, dealing with addiction is not as easy as one might think. But yet, help is just a phone call away.
Right.
Help is just around the corner, because ADAC, the Alcohol Drug Awareness Center for the Concho Valley, is here to help you or to help your loved ones. And if you or someone you know is in need of assistance in this way, we want you to call ADAC, and we're going to put their number on the screen, at the bottom of the screen, so that you can call that number. Don't hesitate. Don't feel like you're going to be embarrassed or whatever. Call that number, because it's important. It's vital that you get the help you need. So let's talk about that, Eric and
Yes, sir.
Jennifer, and tell us about the need to get the help, how difficult it is. What are the challenges that come your way?
Many of the challenges are several barriers to getting help, Gary, and those could be the personal barriers that someone may have that is reluctant to get the treatment. They may not see the need to get treatment when they're in the throes of addiction, and they may see that they're having troubles and issues, but to them it's not a trouble or an issue. It's a trouble for everyone else but them. And they're just not ready to get that treatment. So even if someone from elsewhere is trying to find out how do I get help, they can call our 800 number and we'll point them in the right direction. There's also a national hotline. I don't have that number right now, but there's a national hotline, and we can Google anything these days, and just ask for help that way. Help for substance use disorders, help for addiction, help for alcoholism or drug addiction, and it'll pop up. But call us if you need our help. That's what we're here to do, is provide that help and guidance.
Also, can't you dial 211?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're
211
welcome.
in Texas.
Yes.
And get a lot of information that way very quickly.
Yes.
Good question.
ma'am.
Good.
Thank you so
That was a
much.
good question right there. I didn't even
Yes.
think of that.
Yes.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Also, a lot of people come into the program and they end up not completing the program.
Yes.
How many times can they come back?
It's an indefinite number.
Okay.
We just have a time limit for them to come back because of the dynamics of the group and the risk of triggers.
Oh, okay.
So those are very serious triggers that can occur if they come back too soon to the other clients who are trying to get their life back. It's such a volatile disease. It has emotional addiction as well as physical addiction, and there's just so many triggers that can occur. So it's an indefinite. We have had multiple people that just couldn't get it right, couldn't get a successful recovery program going the first time, and they've been back. The wonderful thing is that recovery does work. Treatment does work. It's just as effective for other diseases that don't have a cure, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma. Those are diseases that don't necessarily have a cure, but if you have the treatment, you can live a normal life.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Eric,
So there's hope.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
there's
off. But
hope. Yes, sir.
the pressing question that comes to me, and it's not a question, it's really a statement. We talk about full circle.
Yes.
Some of the people who work at ADACC are former clients who overcame drug
correct.
addiction or alcohol addiction, and I think, Lady MJ, that's just
Amazing.
it is. It's amazing, and because you're not just reaching out and providing the kind of assistance that families need, but you're turning around and giving them jobs, man.
Yes,
And these are decent jobs. I'm blown away by that.
And in turn, they're taking care of their families. And right now, we have about 7 or 8 employees that are former clients.
Oh, wow.
And we have about 20 or so employees that are in recovery. They found their recovery somewhere else. So treatment does work, recovery works, and in turn, they're taking care of their families. Their children are not in the same risk factors that they may have grown up in. They're protecting their children. So, the fruit produces the tree produces the fruit, and so they're producing good fruit. And they're helping their community. They're becoming key stakeholders in our community. They're becoming community builders, and they're helping our community grow and flourish.
I think that's one of the things that people miss out on. They don't see that, or the community is not made aware of that. And I certainly want to bring that to everyone's attention, because to me, that's a milestone when you talk about metamorphosis and talk about the change that people go through. And when a person overcomes addiction, that's one victory. But then they're given the opportunity to provide for themselves and their family. Are you kidding me? That's a win-win for everybody. For the person who's a former addict, for their family, for ADACC, and for, the rest of the community.
Yes.
And Gary, God is at work. There's a spiritual component to recovery.
I know that's
Yes.
right.
There's a spiritual component.
Preach, Eric.
Well, and I want to say that because God is at work, and He
Yes,
is
He is.
blessing our community. He's blessing those that work with us. He's blessing those that we serve. And it is so amazing to see the gratefulness. They're so thankful and grateful for the help that they're getting. And you very rarely see a true person in recovery without a spiritual life, without a strong spiritual life. It goes hand in hand. We're not a faith-based program, but I don't mind bringing God into the picture because He's there all the time,
Right.
and He's the one
You
working His
better
miracles.
not have a problem with God in the program.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
You're president of the board.
Amen to that. Yeah. Well,
I'm
He is
just
at work,
messing
and
with
there is hope. When people call us or their families call us, they've lost hope.
Yeah.
It's usually one of the last places they're turning to. They're seeking some kind of hope. They are in despair, and they need to know please contact us, because there is hope and things do get better. Life gets better. There's always, in any given situation, something we can do to make things better.
Yes.
Or something we can do to make things worse. And we're one of those programs. Contact us because we can help you make things better.
Yes.
With God's help.
Yes.
Well, with God's help, we're going to help you make things better.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come back in a moment and talk to Jennifer Flores about the upcoming events again before we run out of time.
Right.
We want to talk about what's happening at ADACC and how you can be a part of this, and you can be a part of the effort to save lives all over the Concho Valley area and the state of Texas. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ.
And we are the Jenkins.
Real Talk with the Jenkins. We'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Dr. Leon. I'm an independent interventional cardiologist practicing in San Angelo over the last 18 years. This room is our endovascular suite. This is the first outpatient cath lab in Concho Valley. We perform invasive procedures to improve the blood flow to the patient's legs, arteries, and veins. We have all the equipment we need to perform these procedures very safely in these outpatient settings. We can perform a atherectomy, which means remove the build-up plaque from the arteries of the legs, do balloon angioplasty, implant stents if needed, and we have all the technologies that the major medical centers have required to perform these procedures.
Call Cardiology Associates of West Texas at 325-944-1240. The definition of an expert is a person who has comprehensive knowledge, skill, and experience in a particular field. Michelangelo was an expert in sculpting and painting. But if you're looking for an expert in transmissions, then look no further than Gray's Transmissions. So if you find yourself in need of a new transmission, you need to make sure you have someone with expertise and experience.
We should know because we're the experts.
And now, back to Real Talk with the Jenkins.
We're back with Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Lady MJ.
And I'm Dr. G.
And we are the Jenkins.
Now, I got to tell you, I got to mess with him just a little bit. Someone who's not a Jenkins, but as of this moment, we hereby anoint you and adopt you as a Jenkins.
Congratulations.
Jennifer Jenkins. Yay!
Jennifer
Jenkins. I mean, JJJ. You see what I was thinking about. Well, Jennifer, again, tell your fiance it's only a joke. When you're going to get his name, but in due time. But we're going to borrow her for a moment, okay? All right. So Jennifer, I understand that there are 2 events coming up very soon, and these are your main fundraisers for ADACC.
For September.
Only for September. Oh, look at that.
We have others.
They have others. Watch out. They're coming to get you. Okay. For September. Okay, 2 events coming up in September. Talk to us. Tell us all about them.
So our first one is going to be Golf for Recovery on September 8th. It is a Friday. We have had so many sponsors reach out to us. They are going to be verbally recognized. They are going to be having their logo on stickers, posters, banners, golf carts, signage. So we really want to shout out all of the sponsors to just really thank them for providing us their support and getting the word out. And so we are really excited for this golf tournament. We are also going to be providing breakfast and coffee for our players. We got to feed them, got to give them that energy in this heat to go through 18 hole, right? So, but it is going to be a 4-person scramble. And there's going to be prizes for first, second, and third.
Okay.
We are also selling raffle tickets now and even on the day of. So great prizes to win. Lunch will also be provided. So it's going to be a big hit.
And where's it going to be?
Thank you. It's going to be at Quicksand Golf Course.
Okay.
Located by Ethicon off of Pulliam.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the next one. So on September 30th is Let It Go, our 19th annual Let It Go Recovery Rally and Run.
19th, Let It Go Recovery and Run, the annual Recovery and Run.
Yep.
Okay, so those two great events coming up. You're going to be out there, and those of you that are watching right now, you can take part by registering. Again, how do we register, Jennifer? How do they do that?
Yes, so they can call us. We have people readily available to take their call at our office, 325-224-3481, or they can go to our website. Our social media, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, the flyers are all there, but our website, ADACCV.org, will have all of the information, easy as a click of a button, and they can register.
Okay, so there you have it, the website, and of course we're going to put that up on the screen. The website, there's a number they can call and come and support these two great events that are taking place, the golf tournament as well as the annual Let It Go rally and run. Okay, well, I'll do the rally. I don't know about running. And if you are someone who needs help, if you know someone who needs help, please, ma'am, sir, give ADACC a call. Get on that website and check them out. Or if you don't know the number, don't want to know it, like my wonderful wife said, call 211 and you can get the information that you need. That's the statewide information number. So let's make every effort to make sure that you have the opportunity to reach ADACC. Well, we certainly want to thank our guest, Eric Sanchez, the Chief Executive Officer of ADACC, along with his wonderful Director of Program Development, Jennifer Flores. And if you need help, and I really mean this because so many people are suffering, so many families are suffering, and if you need help with drug addiction or alcohol addiction, don't feel like you're alone. We want you to pick up that phone and we want you to call ADACC. Get online and look for ADACC. Or if you just don't know how to reach anybody, dial 211, the state's information line. They'll tell you exactly how to reach ADACC. But don't stay alone. Know that there are people there that are helping you. We want to thank you for watching and viewing and allowing us to come into your home. You're watching Real Talk with the Jenkins. I'm Dr. G.
I'm Lady MJ.
And we
are the Jenkins.
Where are you? There she is. We are the Jenkins. It's our new daughter.
Yes.
Streaming worldwide, this is the Gospel America Television Network.